Southeast. They are not necessarily well-versed in the local context. And so they're not performing the role of community security in a way that they or other communities would expect. So that's a security issue, yes, but it's also perceived through a political lens. And it's the same with federal appointments and involvement in governance. So these are development, these are policy, these are economic issues, but they're seen through a broader political lens that they're not being kind of fairly adjudicated. And I think that's really important to underscore. So amnesty as part of a package may be a solution, but the underlying grievances have to be addressed with an understanding of the political perception, how the infrastructure problems, how the economic problems, how the security issues are perceived politically, and what it means to have a more representative involvement in those efforts from a Southeast perspective. Yes, it has to be a multi-stakeholder approach. The sensitive issues have to be addressed, and there needs to be involvement of the key stakeholders as this initiative is doing. That being said, in contexts like this, you might not move everybody over. You might not convince everybody. But where you make a serious effort and where you provide legitimate avenues, you will see a significant reduction in popular grievance that draws down support for extremism and makes it very difficult to operate. So a multi-stakeholder approach doesn't immediately solve all the problems, but it changes the trajectory, and it moves a lot of the public into using or trying to use the legitimate mechanisms again, as opposed to staying on the sidelines or even supporting extremist activity. So it's where you need to start, and it's the direction that you need to go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 14th day of December 2023. Tata Bobo Cheke. This is the last day before the 15th, being tomorrow, being Friday, a day scheduled for the Supreme Court decision. Or I can call it shambles. They call Supreme Court decision. We are never perturbed in whatever the Nigerian government is doing. All that we know is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released, and they will never stop the quest, the agitation for the restoration of Biafra, because this is our life. I am telling you. Biafra is our life. In Nigeria, we are dead, but it is only Biafra that will resurrect or resuscitate us all, whether you like it or not. In Nigeria, a ceiling is placed on top of us as our limit. A hardened ceiling, still iron ceiling that was placed on top of us. You know, you have to be factual. Have you, little things that go maybe unnoticed? Have you ever thought about the reason why? No Igbo person. Let me come in the issue of maybe winning all these musical awards, international musical awards, any type of literature awards, all this. No Igbo person. No matter how good you are the best of best. Nothing for you. All these musical awards internationally, just watch all of them. Watch all the. Don't you know that all these things go with government? They recommend, even if the people, international community, they saw the best person, the government, the Nigerian government will bribe and put the people they require the people there. that don't go this side, leave this person. Don't you know that? You that is clamoring for you be better Nigeria, as an Igbo man, as a Biafran, know that in Biafra we are dead. Look at Asare Dokubo lamenting today that this government is not good for job people, is not good, and he has taken responsibility. That this is how you will learn in a hard way. Sometimes it baffles me. For how long our people will continue misbehaving, thinking that, oh, we put Nigeria in a good way. Anytime there is election, everybody becomes excited, and you don't think, become zombie, believing that you can do it, and don't worry, we will do a better Nigeria. After it has been the norm. It has been the norm. Every time, every 4 years, the same thing. Crying. Well, before the election, everybody will be enthusiastic. No, that we're going to do. Don't worry, we'll fix Nigeria by force. Look, blah, 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 blah. Immediately after the election, call it few months to 1 year, you say disappointments, complaining. And the worst part of it, in another 4 years, the same thing. The same thing will be repeated. How do you know real human beings, real Homo sapiens? How do you classify them? That is the question I ask Nigerians. That once, when you are doing something, you see that it's not working. You cannot continue doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It is completely humanly, spiritually, anyhow, impossible. It is impossible. But it's not the case with Nigerians. They continue doing the same thing, expecting different results. Asari Dokubo have come out. He has come out to lament. That this government is not good for job people. As if he's even talking for job people. But he's a person that championed, even fought and killed for the government in place. In the first month of in starting of the new government, he went to Asorok. He was, he went to Asorok and met with Chinedu. He came out and started boasting, even started thinking that he's above even everything. I say not everybody, every institution in Nigeria. I used to say, they are primitive, honestly. You don't know the politicians are a different set of Homo sapiens altogether. Once you are in that office, there are many things that are involved. You might have a good intention for the country, for the state, but let me tell you, once you enter there, inside Nigeria, #1 office as the president, there now you start seeing the reality. You face the reality you didn't know. You understand? You start facing the reality. That time you will see both the tigers or lions will come and meet you to tell you that, look, this office you are, don't think that you are in command, or we are in command. You start seeing what others never saw, or what others can never see until they enter that particular office. You become chained in order to do even something you want to do. I don't know why people don't understand. The first thing, the only thing is, Nigeria is created by Britain for their purpose, and they are in charge. Don't you know that? Can't you understand it? You can never have good intention and enter into Nigeria presidency or as a president and uphold it. It's impossible. I say, as long as the system continues to exist, it is 1000% impossible. You continue. What we say here You continue seeing the reality every time. Asari Dokubo has seen it. And he will continue. Another time he will see it also. In the next 4 years, he will repeat. They will repeat the same mistake and continue lamenting and complaining. That is something that baffles me. You don't know that. Let me tell you, white people, white countries, developed countries, they first of all they wrestle in order to be independent, completely independent. That is the first thing. That is the first thing first. When you hear about revolutions in Europe, French Revolution, Italian Revolution, English Revolution, they first of all wrestled to have their country at hand, so that their decisions will not be interrupted, so that somebody will not be a prime minister of the United Kingdom and be receiving secret command from outside. But your own, you think, oh, we are in democracy. Oh, yeah, oh, you have flag independence and now anything. No, it's not like that. It cannot work. Ask me, why is it that, in a country of 200 and something million people, the only seaports that are viable is concentrated in Lagos? They are building whether the third or fourth seaport in Ekpe. In Lagos, the tiniest state in Nigeria, in Lagos. They don't want to distribute it. They are suffering people, 200 and something million people. They suffer them to the extent that they don't care. They suffer them. Once the people start talking, want to rise up, they use ethnicity. No, you want Igbo man to rise up. Igbo man, the hatred for Igbo people will completely destroy Nigeria. I am telling you. The hatred for Igbo man, it will annihilate Nigeria. It's good. The anti-Igbo policies. Oh, they don't want to create. We are talking Igbo. We have been campaigning for our people to come back to invest in our home in Southeast. Yes, which is right. But it is artificial campaign, for your information. It's artificial. We are trying to just cut and join, push people to continue remaining in which we are, which is is good in the Nigerian setting we find ourselves. But can I tell you something? Under normal circumstances, if you bring infrastructures in the south, east, south, you build infrastructures, seaports, build good roads, east-west road, good, very nice, and put on international airports and seaports in Iguacha, Onitsha. Now, in Calabar, put international airport also. Put railway lines as you have in the north. I am telling you, you don't need to tell anybody come back home. No. You will even try to start telling people, no, you can stay where you are. Because the people, these infrastructures will be drawing people direct. Do you understand me? Nobody is happy to run away from his fatherland. Only a fool is. Nobody. But it is a policy, strangulation economic policy that is in place in our land that is pursuing our people. It's pursuing us. Whether you want to remain in our place, no way, you will die in hunger. Now you better run away. First of all, electricity is worse in our land. Electricity, lack of electricity is worse. They are suffering everybody because of hatred of Igbo man. The Nigerians they accept suffering. They accept now. I think crazy because they want Igbo man down, and they are all even more down than Igbo man. They know that when they put up all these infrastructures, you had the clip I played by Amnesty. Is a white man lecturing both Ndi Igbo there. Many of them just bend down because a white man is telling them, it's Amnesty International, a white man telling them we have a very dynamic economy in Southeast, but no seaports, no infrastructure. People that are always shouting one Nigeria, no, we are peace and unity. You don't campaign for peace and unity. That's why today I'm going to just touch on genuine peace. Genuine peace. As tomorrow we are waiting for the shenanigan they call court ruling. It doesn't matter how. It will never shake us. For your information, we expect nothing less than the unconditional confirmation and releasing of our leader, which has been pronounced by the Nigerian Appeal Court. That is the only thing. Because fighting for freedom is not an easy task. That's why I put it on my timeline, Facebook timeline. Whether you are ready for the hard task, ahead. It's not an Mazi, Mazi Namdekano, I'm in your front, I'm in your back. You Mazi Namdekano ask you, even ordinary propaganda, can you handle propaganda? Will you be able to handle propaganda? Do you think it's only talking? Do you see today what is happening? Some of our, let me tell you, some people that we see that are clamoring, release Mazi Namdekano. Do you know what they want? It's not, they don't care mostly about Biafra restoration. For your information, that is what I personally observe. What matters to them, they want somebody, Mazi Namdekano, to come and be giving them entertainment, on social media. Also that they'll be seeing him on Neku. Hey, that emotion is only what they want. Nothing more. I know they say, nah, Mazi Jonathan on Nekuka. That is it. That's what I found out. People want somebody to be entertaining them on social media. They will be seeing him. Hey. That is why I am shocked when I listen to some people privately. I am telling you, a PhD holder will be talking about somebody must be coming and they'll be seeing. That's why they enter into autopilot, because they don't see the leadership on video. So they want somebody to be entertaining them, telling them what they want to hear. That, oh, Biafra, we have purchased the F-35 jet fighters. It's on the way. We have also warship that is landed. Warship that you don't even have any territory. You don't have where to bet it. And, once they are seeing the person on video, they are happy. At least something is happening. Just busy doing nothing. Do you know? Let me tell you. This is what Nigeria Caliphate wants you to be. To be busy doing nothing. That is how they relegate people. They want to relegate this sanctified movement, IPOB, into what they have done to our big brother was Rican. Busy doing nothing. They will quietly relegate you to a cage where you will be rigmaroling. The crewmen, the caliphate crewmen, they said, "Now leave him there. Don't worry. Every year, let him go and let him do anniversary of Biafra. People will wear uniform, come and do match pass, During the election, he will put mouth on matter. Say, nah, let us not vote this person. Let us vote this person. Throw your weight on the hand. The caliphate is always happy. That is the same thing they want to do IPOB, to relegate us into a cage. And that is why Mazi Namdekano Kwechiri. Because they don't want to come out on their own. You don't want to come out on their own agreement, on their own bidding. Otherwise, Mazi Namdekano would have signed something and come out and be doing Biafra. Now, Biafra no be. I think on a note now, Biafra there for heart. So let us be following it like this. It's not going to be, this thing, we are going to get it, we have to, first of all, try to mobilize and join one political party. That is what the Nigerian government wants to relegate us. That is why they are forcing an illegitimate so-called usurper, an infiltrator on us, so that they can do it, it can be doing Biafra the way they want it. They will model IPOB the way they want it, the way they have modeled Masob. Masob now is only on uniform. They are relegated to wearing uniform. Let me tell you, as Mazi Nnamdi has said, let me repeat it. No freedom fighter, for your information, no freedom fighter will remain with the people he is fighting against. There are three places for a freedom fighter. 1, in exile. 2, in jail. And 3, 6 feet below. If you say you are fighting for freedom, fighting against the system, and you are there in that system doing your normal businesses, everybody know you, and you, my God, know that you are joking. Look at how, this is the law. Go to the law. Follow the law. They put him in the cage, just be there and be rolling, no problem. Oh, Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria. But that is how it is. You cannot be say you are fighting against, things you are fighting for freedom, and you are in that country doing your normal businesses, illegal business, living, no person will lay you. No, you are not doing nothing. Which means you are doing nothing. It's not touching any knife, nothing. No knife is touching. If you are in this business of leading a free, I'm talking of leading a freedom fighting, you must be ready for the repercussion. You must be ready to pay the ultimate price. You must be ready to be tortured. You must be ready for your business, if you have any, to be destroyed. That is when you know, yes. But once they hammer you small and they regulate you, the old radio that have knobs, not all this digital, analog radio that our fathers used. You know how to, once you on it, you start turning the knob, it will be moving until it reaches the station you want, and it will be clear. That is, they fine-tune you. That is how Nigerian Caliphate does. If you are doing a happen now, until they will intimidate you and fine-tune you the way they want you to be. Now, once they watch you, you stay there. They say, "Don't worry, leave him. He's of no use." That is how it is. If you are a leader of a freedom fighter, you must be ready to pay the ultimate price. It's not talking. It doesn't. When the real thing comes on you, be ready to accept it. Otherwise, you're a joke. You are just a joke, a simple joke, for your information. Because there is no way you can be, romancing, living well in a place you are fighting for freedom. It is impossible. Is your own going to be different from others? It is impossible. Fidel Castro, in order to liberate Cubans, not even changing our secession, no. In order to liberate Cubans from the corrupt American-sponsored government of Batista, he had to run away. He was hiding inside the bush. A leader of a freedom fighter don't go in, start doing business inside the country he's doing. For your information, what I'm telling you, it is something verifiable. it can't happen. It's impossible. That's why Mazi Nnamdi, do you see him has any business in Nigeria? Because they will destroy it. They will even your landed properties, they will revoke the C and the C of O. They will revoke everything. You just want to destroy it. And there's nothing. You can't do nothing. Because you are not fighting against one individual. You are fighting against a system. It's not by power. It's not by one individual. I have power. I can do it. No, you cannot as an individual. Because you are fighting a system. You are fighting a system that has network of evil everywhere in the world. So, don't you see, I used to comment about late Dr. Obadiah Lafia. He died a very avoidable death. If I remember that man, I become sad. Not for him. I become sad every time for him. Somebody like that, in the midst of Nakata, in the belly of the caliphate, and revealing, talking doing what he's doing. He want to stay. He's there. Now get out there. He said, "No, I'm not going anywhere. Here is my father's land." It's impossible now. It's not something you do with the power. Just under Merufuogi. Because they have money. They can use even your wife. They can use even one of your siblings. They can buy the person up, pay him off. Just put this thing inside his food. Just put it on his bed. Finish. You see this thing? Just carry it to put it in his bed. Finish. And they give him millions and millions of naira or dollar, anything. Money is not a problem. So why should you just like to commit suicide? No, it is the normal thing anywhere in the world, everywhere in the world. Fighting for freedom, the leaders of fighters for freedom. You don't have to be in that place. Otherwise, be ready. Because Obadiah Lafia, his life is even more important to others. His life, more important to others than to himself. Do you understand me? Because had it been he's alive, if he's going to today, he is going to, maybe by now, there are people that went down because of him. I mean, turned around. They were discouraged. They became afraid. But had it been he's still alive, there are some people in the north that will start doing something, forming different things in order to start doing something for their liberation. Do you understand me? But they just go die, just stupid death. Stupid death. Because they want to show bravado. Nah, nothing. I did for my father. Nothing. I'm not afraid. You are not afraid of the system. The system that provides the food that you go and buy. The system that provides, that has control of the road that you are applying with your car. The system that has control over the tap you are drinking. Even the bottled water you are drinking. The system is in control of everything there. And you say, I'm not afraid. Are you okay? Are you okay at all? Are you okay at all? Unless you are not serious in what you're doing. Otherwise, you have to find a safer place. A safer place and be there. Now, we are in a jet age, in a IE age, information technology, I mean IT age, in a social media age. We are anywhere in the world, you can be talking out, pushing people, arranging things. I want to hear G came and no fear. You no fear. Once you are dead, you are that brain, that leadership that will make you to even organize things for your future generations of your people is being lost. It will be lost and lost forever. And you see people will run away, be afraid. So please, let us stop with this bravado. Now you know the fear, now you just the talk on social media, come back home now. No. It shows that what we are doing is working. Don't you know that? What we are doing is working. That's why they are telling you to come back, so that to stop what we are doing. So do not even answer them. Do not answer them. No, no, I will come back. I will come. I will see. Or what here, GK, make one person. No. Once you enter into the territory, the system they are controlling, the system controls everything. The motor you are entering, the system controls it. The plane that is carrying you, or the system controls it. Every facet of life. So they have full control of you. Unless you a no here. You understand? So we should be wise. Wisdom is required. Wisdom is required. Only here, Jamaica. You understand? So we must continue. As I said, as you know, tomorrow is the D-Day for our leaders' Supreme Court decision or pronouncement. Nothing. You know, Mazi Chinedu, the head of the Directorate of States, have said it, that we are no more interested. If they must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or it's up to them. If you understand. And once we have prayed, God Lord for Boko, our ancestors, because we honor them and release their energy. Anything that happens, if they refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they should know that it is our ancestor. You understand? That is doing it. So that is it. And Mazi Chinedu also reiterated on this. So there is nothing. We don't fear. We have engaged in this, and we are here. We come here. We go nowhere. Therefore, we must continue what we are doing. As I said, I want to quickly touch on just something, genuine peace. You know, every time this issue, peace. Oh, we want peace in Nigeria. This is simple ignorance. You don't sing peace. You don't clamor for peace. It's not rocket science. Genuine peace is simple. It's a byproduct. You understand? It's simply a byproduct of something else. You understand me? So that is it. You are looking for something where that thing is not. That is, you know, here on Radio Biafra, we try to reset the brains of our people to think in the right way. Because when you think in the right way, you act in the right way. When you think as an idiot, you behave as an idiot. That is the reality. You understand me? Now, let me talk about peace. This genuine peace, I call it. I call it. Peace is simply defined as a state or period in which there is no war, or a war has ended, a state of quietness. That is a simple definition of peace. And this definition was brought by our people. This layman's very simple definition was brought by our people. In 1970, after the war of extermination by Britain through the Sokoto Caliphate, our people went back to Nigeria thinking that peace has come. Oh, finally, there is no more war. Peace has come. Oh, we are back in Nigeria. Oh, peace has come. So do not stir up any other thing. Let us go and live our lives. Little did they know that they are completely wrong. Completely wrong. But they were highly wrong, mistaken and deceived, because there has never been genuine peace since 1970 till today. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay. There is a difference between peace and genuine peace. Peace and genuine peace. Peace is, as I defined it, the absence of war. Oh, everywhere on the surface, everywhere is quiet. Nigeria, normally Nigeria is not fighting a war. It's not a place that there is war. There is no war in Nigeria, in our land. But country Somalia is better than Nigeria. Do you know that? Somalia is better than where there is open warfare is better than Nigeria by far. But it's a country where there is peace. I will tell you. I will tell you. I will expatiate a bit, just a little bit, because I will not go far. Now, as I said, genuine or true peace. Okay, let me continue. There is a difference between peace and genuine peace. I'm talking about genuine peace, so please. Genuine or true peace is a consciousness where the truth about life sustenance is understood and maybe even integrated. Now the question is, what are the main truths about life sustenance? To sustain life as a human being, the truth about it is equal right and justice. This is the main sustenance of life. You live equal right and justice in this era. Once you bring equal right and justice, finish you. Once you implement, you are in a state, in a country, you are able to at least implement 95% of equal right and justice. I am telling you, the byproduct is peace, genuine peace. You understand? That is our adage, Igbo adage. That is genuine peace. When there is, when there is evil or a crime, it is punishable. It doesn't matter who commits it. Now, what you have, everybody will be satisfied that at least I can obtain justice. That is when peace will reign. Now, that time, as long as genuine peace start coming, now you see economic growth. People now will start thinking of what to do, how to work, because you cannot step on my own toes. I will never step on your own toes. You cannot impose your lifestyle on me, saying that it is a freedom. There is no complete freedom, for your information. Freedom of ideology or freedom of worship, there is nothing like complete freedom of worship. Are you understanding me? That the thing you are calling your freedom by coming to shout on the road. Somebody will say, no, no, no. It is disturbing somebody. So you are also infringing on his own freedom. So that is why everything should be balanced. But in Nigeria, it is not like that. The people believe that freedom is once your freedom of, let me say, freedom of worship. Is that thing that is once you are doing it, as long as it's accredited to God. No, any other person can go to hell. After all, it's a human being. You are doing God's work. No, this is anarchy. There is nothing like justice there. Equal right and justice. There is nothing like that. And it will continue bringing anarchy, problems, no peace, no genuine peace. Are you understanding me? Do we have peace in our land under military occupation? But since 1970, they told us, now we are in peace. Do we really have peace in our land? Where we don't have no infrastructure. Is that peace? Where they suffer, they torment our lives. You go to Lagos, something you can easily, my goodness me. Somebody that you want to bring maybe your mother or abroad. After everything, it has to, maybe you don't even have somebody in Lagos, but it has to be in Lagos. And you start scavenging for either hotel to protect, who to follow her. All these things are tormenting. Paying extra tickets from Owerri, from Iguacha, from Asaba to Lagos. Because you want to be on the safe side. You can follow road and become kidnapped. And so everything. You spend, all those things you are spending are extra torment money. Where is the justice? You must go to Lagos to take off. Or Abuja. You feel that Lagos is near. You go to Lagos in order to take off. Normally, every of our sites should be having an international airport. You understand? Like from Olo, you drive just less than 20 minutes, you enter Owerri and enter your flight. If your flight is going in the next 2 hours, you start taking shower in your village. Namu or no Mundele. No, they are not sound. They check the time. Before you know, there is road. If there 10 minutes you are in nowhere, you enter your check-in. But no, this is not the case. You must first of all, your flight will be going in the next 5 days. You must be, in order not to avoid any problem, because there might be problem of anything. You have to start going maybe 2 days before that day. You fly there. You make sure you know all those are extra expenses. Now tell me, where is the peace and justice? Where is the equal right and justice? Where? That you are clamoring for peace. Peace. There is no genuine peace. And we need to fight for it. And that is what we are doing. We have to fight for equal rights and justice. Stop talking about peace. Or Hanez and Igbo, stop talking about peace. It is not by mere mentioning peace that you have peace. No. It is by fighting for equal right and justice. Now you have the byproduct. The byproduct becomes what? Peace. Genuine peace. You don't need to talk about it. But as long as we are being marginalized, they made it a Nigerian policy to marginalize Igbo, to make sure that they push us to, they stifle us. They make sure that nothing, we are under military occupation in our land. And you say that there will be peace? No, it's impossible. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. I'm talking about genuine peace. Okay. Genuine or true peace is a consciousness where the truth about life sustenance is understood and may be even integrated. What are now the main truths about life sustenance? The main factors about life sustenance: equal right and justice. Simple. These are the main factors that automatically produce genuine peace. If you want to have a red oil, like in a village, you want maybe some red oil. Do you know what you do first? You first of all, either you climb a ripe palm tree, or you call somebody that can climb and pay him in order to go and bring down, first of all, the bunch of palm nuts. You understand? First. All that you want is red oil. I want you to understand how this peace is. People are talking of peace, thinking that it's only invocation of peace that peace will come. That is, peace will come through the barrel of gun. No, it cannot. I'm giving this analogy of you want, for example, you need in a village, you're in a village, you want red oil. Nah, what do? Not to buy in the market, no. You want to produce red oil. You don't start saying, hey, red oil, red oil. No. You first of all go and climb palm trees. Cut as many palm nuts as you could. When you cut it, you share that that bunch as you used to do it. You share first. Leave it for some time, for days, so that it can be able to be pluckable. Do you see? You are in the process of getting red oil, because red oil is the byproduct. Do you understand? You are in the process of getting the end product, which is red oil. Once you pass all this process, climbing palm tree, cutting it, all these it involves suffering. Do you know that? The energy you use to climb palm trees with it. Now you cut, sometimes you get wounded. All you want is the byproducts. It's not something you just start immediately and get it. No. After everything, you bring down, you carry the palm bunch, go to the house and cut the palm bunch into little pieces, pluckable pieces. Leave it for 1 or 2 days to be pluckable. And after, you still pluck the red palm fruits. After, you start the process, boiling it, in soya, pounding it. If you are using manual, you pound it. After everything, now you boil it again and now squeeze out the product, which will include both water and uprutu, everything. Now you cook the whole thing. Oil will come out. It's a byproduct. That is how genuine peace is. It's not about clamoring for peace. Oh, you come in on radio, you talk about peace. You come on television, you write on the social media, very nice peace. Oh, peace, unity in Nigeria. Oh, peace in Igbo land. No, it doesn't come like that. It comes through what? Through a process. And that process is implementation of equal right and justice. Simple and short. And now, after everything, you get the byproducts. The byproduct is genuine peace. Everybody will be happy. Once you have a problem, you report to the authority. And, actions will be taken. You will be given justice. But in Nigeria, it is not so. I want to read one account of a man. The man is a Yoruba man, a professor in Texas University in America. His experience in Nigeria. I want you to listen. When he came to Nigeria, I think he's still in Nigeria. That was December 13th, yesterday. Now, the man is a Yoruba man. I can tell you. The caption, is how Nigerian immigration officers robbed me and the police officers nearly killed me in Lagos. Nigerian American professor Okediji recounts. I will tell you why I say that he's a Yoruba man. I will tell you later. Don't worry. But he's a Yoruba man. Sometimes of this some Igbo names or some Yoruba names, they can resemble Igbo. Igbo names some also can resemble Yoruba. But I'll tell you why. Now, how do you have peace in a country where those that are the system is anti-people, completely anti-citizen? How? Now let me read a bit. A Nigerian American professor at the University of Texas, Austin, Professor Moyo Okediji, has recounted how some Nigerian immigration officers at Semeboda allegedly robbed him of $500 and took his hand luggage with all the money that he brought from the US while returning to Nigeria, returning to his country. Listen, for people clamoring for peace. Listen. Okediji further alleged that some police officers attached to the Festac Mile 2 station, Lagos State, nearly killed him on Tuesday after his encounters with immigration officers, but for the timely intervention of some young men. Okediji, who took to his Facebook account to recount his ordeal at the hands of the immigration and police officers on last Tuesday, said, without the intervention of a crowd of young Igbo men. Do you see one of the reasons I know that he's a Yoruba man? He called the tribal name, young Igbo men. If he's an Igbo man, do you know what he will put here? young Nigerians. He will not. He will be afraid to put the Igbo man so that he will not be targeted as hey, so you are tribalist. No, because they are Igbo people like you. So why you know Nigeria Igbo Nigerians are always good to be politically correct. They are what they are being termed. They want to answer the tribalized Nigerian, which is an insult to Onyibo. If you answer, say you accept that you a detribalized Nigerian, it shows that you are zombie. I've said it here several times. It shows that you are a mumu. You're a mumu man. The tribalized Nigerian. The tribalized Nigerian. You're a mumu man. It shows that you're a fulefu. That is what it shows. Do you see that? When I read this, I laugh. I say, yeah, he's a Yoruba man. An Igbo man will not say this. Let me read it again. Repeat that statement. Which he said, without the intervention of a crowd of young Igbo men who saved me from the claws of Nigeria police attached to the Festac My 2 station, I would be a dead man today. If the man is an Igbo man, you know, he would have written, without the intervention of a crowd of young Nigerian youths or your Nigerian young men. He will not put that tribe because he's the tribalized. But this shows that he's not an Igbo man. I know how Igbo men talk. I know. And his name also. I know how Igbo men, Igbo Nigerians, I know when they speak, I know immediately. So let me continue. Narrating his first encounter with the immigration officers at the border with a mixture of English, pidgin English, Yoruba, and Igbo. He said, I arrived on Lagos today. I came in through Ghana and decided to enter Nigeria by road so I could see the lagoon landscape, riding a jeep that I hired to drive me down. He want to, as a tourist, you know, maybe it's been a long time you never go. You want to see the landscape as it happened, as it's been done in other places of the world. Not knowing that Nigeria is a hellhole. You know, when we talk it, people will not understand until they experience it. Now they start referring to what, oh, this IPOB, what they are saying is true. But only few live to give that counter. Only very few. Many die with encounter with Nigeria. Nigeria will happen to them and they buy, finish. And it becomes too late. While dying, they will be crying inside them. Oh, I never believe it too. I never believe it too. Nigeria is happening to me, oh, and the person will be dead. You understand? Now, this one, Nigeria happened to him. He said everything went well. Remember, I'm talking about genuine peace. Oh, that is what I'm talking about, the caption. I'm discussing about. Everything went well in Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic until I stepped into Nigeria. Now there trouble start to now there trouble start. Somebody entering into his country. Have you seen this before? Where else in this world that you once you enter into your country, you are now a criminal. Everything turns against you. Where else? Tell me any place in the world, that behaves like this, if not only Nigeria. For now, why can't you understand that there is something terribly wrong? There is something terribly wrong. Even Tinubu, before he became the president, he confided to a journalist that, look, Nigeria is not like any other country, so spare your energy on fighting for better Nigeria. Nigeria is not like any other country in this world. Tinubu, you see, he said it. He said it. He said just what is here, just to follow anything. Nigeria is not like any other country. When we say hellhole, even at least in hell you will be accepted, maybe. by people that are there. But in Nigeria, everything turns against you. But you're a citizen. You will pass other countries at least, no problem. The man said it. He's an eyewitness. He experienced it. Everything went well from Ghana, Togo, Benin, Republic, until he stepped into Nigeria. Their wahala start. The first immigration checkpoint that we encountered was at the Seme border on the Nigerian side. One of the immigration officials took a look at me and said, "Come down, Oga." There I know wahala don't start. In your country. In your country. To cut a long story short, they robbed me of $500. There were many of them, and they invited me, more like dragged me to their shed. They took my hand luggage with all the money that I brought from the US. Their excuse was that they wanted to search it to see if it contained contraband from America, and you landed in Ghana, you use road, past Ghana border, no contraband, they didn't catch you up on. Do you see the type of wickedness in Nigeria is out of this world? I am saying it. That is why when people are talking of being religious in Nigeria, it baffles me. If there is a supreme being that is responsible for religion, really, before God and man, he will wipe Nigerians out. Because this is nonsense. It's an insult to even religion. Nigeria is full of wickedness that is out of this planet Earth. Nigeria, you are seeing. It's the type of wickedness there. You can never experience it any other place. I am telling you. Don't you see the viral video of one Dutch man or woman on a bike? I think he's traveling across to African countries. In Nigeria, police, so they don't know that when you look at them, only their look, they're like primitive animals. You can never see this type of people anywhere in the world. Any place in the world, you don't see this type of people. Yeah, I need money. Police in uniform, in the country's uniform, people that should be respected. Give me, how are you? The woman, or I think either a woman or a man, I don't know. The man was laughing. They don't know that everything he's from his helmet to his protective gear, everything is he has camera. It's wired, direct. After they will be saying, these are giving is Yahoo boys giving Nigeria a bad name. You don't know that this thing. I saw even in a place it was watched more than 3 million viewers. Nigerian police asking for money from a foreigner. They don't even respect themselves that at least this is a foreigner. Oh yeah, respect yourself. Hey, where are you coming from? Give me money. Bring the money. You see that these are primitive Neanderthals. Any maltreatment against any Nigerian anywhere in the world, you merit it. As long as you're a Nigerian. As long as you answer in Nigerian. Unless you say, no, I'm from Ariwa, I'm Ariwa. You know that you should escape that type of maltreatment. Unless you say, I'm from Oduduwa. No problem, you will be exempted. Or you say, I'm a Biafran, you'll be exempted. But as long as you say you're a Nigerian, people should treat you as animal you are. I am telling you. A primitive Neanderthal you are. You are not ashamed. You are ashamed to shame me. So let me continue on the man's story. In all these things, you want peace. You want peace to reign. Peace is artificial peace. Artificial peace. Okay, let me continue. Their excuse was that they wanted to search it to see if it contained the contraband. They asked for my Nigerian passport. I told them it has expired. And I was in Nigeria to renew it. They said it was an offense for me to enter the country with an expired passport in your own country. They didn't see it as an offense in Benin. He passed Ghana. He landed in Ghana. Past Ghana. It's an offense to enter. Even normally, without a passport, you are in your land. The only thing you talk you say your name, and they type it and see everything about you. But Nigeria doesn't. A primitive place, a primitive. I don't know what Britain created there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And they are happy watching everybody eating the flesh of each and every one of us. On your one area, no, Britain, they are happy what they have created in this planet Earth. If we stop this agitation for Biafra, before God and man, all of us will perish. I am telling you. That is why all these things will make you, once you want to even be discouraged, you pick courage. You say, no, how can I go back to this type of hellhole and be behaving like that as a Nigerian? How does somebody want to fix Nigeria? Tell me how. Nigeria is infixable. Let me continue reading this, please. I told them that it has expired and I was in Nigeria to renew it. They said it was an offense for me to enter the country with an expired passport. As a citizen, no. I apologized, but they wanted none of it. They said I had to settle them. They had my wallet containing the money I brought to spend in Nigeria. They saw two $20 notes and said I needed to give them these notes. Otherwise, they will seize all the money in the wallet and take me to their office to make a statement. You know what it means taking you to office? It can mean you are finished, you are dead. They will drive you to one corner and put one bullet in your head and share your properties. And these people, oh Chine, where is do you know where when I talk about issues, even concerning religion, when I look at what is happening in Nigeria, I can authoritatively continue telling you that religion doesn't make somebody a better person. What makes people better or puts people in the right position as better people is law, not religion. Religion doesn't contribute to nothing for you to be better. Any character you have thinking that is religion, mostly back to your parents, is what is infused on you by your parents. By your parents. Because they are the first molder. You are first molder. Do you see how they mold block? That is the way they brought you up, with dignity. Not religion. Religion doesn't. Otherwise, Nigeria should be a paradise on earth. Muslims are fanatical. Christians are fanatical. Traditionalists are fanatical. So why should there be crimes like this or wickedness? There you see that religion doesn't make you a better person. What makes you a better person is law. Iwu. When you give the appropriate punishment, it will put you in. You must respect that law. You become afraid of going to jail. You become afraid of paying fine if you drive faster than you could. You become afraid if you drunk and continue driving. You drink and you drive, and they found out you under control. They found out they remove your driving license so that you can never handle steering, maybe for 5 years. Now you bow down. Once you get back your driving license, any place you see alcohol before you enter steering, you say, is the law that makes the people become most. It's a force. Otherwise, human beings have excesses. It doesn't matter. That is why all these so-called religious elites, religious leaders, they are committing horrible crimes because they are above the law. Their people, their sheep are supporting them. Even if they cheat, even though it doesn't matter what they do, they support them. So they commit atrocities. They rape women. They collect the people's wife. If the husband talk, the sheep will defend the man and say, You are jealousing him. He's a man of God. Touch not him. You know all these things. So they give the man the impunity to commit. Do you understand? No implementation of the law. Nothing. He's above. People are above the law in Nigeria. That's why evil multiplies like wildfire. Evil. The type of wickedness you cannot imagine it is there in Nigeria. And do you know what? This social media is exposing Nigeria more than you think. All these things, everything you put inside social media, foreigners are watching it. Do you know that? It is degrading Nigerians to the lowest of the low of the low of the low. Are you hearing? Let us continue, please. Now, they say the man, they will carry him into the office to make statements. The man continues. He said, I have heard the stories of visitors to the country ending up dead. Why the police invited them to their offices to clear some issues. So I eagerly gave them the $40. They gave me back my things. But when I counted my money later, $500 was missing. Yes, people that, immigration officers that are the face of the country, that's supposed to maintain civility and probity, they are the criminals. This man is talking it because do you know thousands they do every day? What they do every day? Our mostly even Igbo boys. Do you know the ones they take and render them useless? The whole thing, any money they see on them, they take it. Do you know how? Do you know? No, these ones we are reading it because maybe he's a prominent person that can talk, and people we the Nigerian Sahara reporters took it up. He's a Yoruba man. Our people that are suffering worst case scenario, some of them are being taken and killed. You don't even know. They will kill you and label you a criminal. They will carry one gun, put on top, say, this one, they take the cops, the dead body, they take photos, say it's a criminal. And the Nigerians start calling, hey, now, hey, this criminal, they fool everywhere. Now, it's good, they be killed. Nigeria never happened to you. Do you see anything that is being, any story that is being put out by Nigerian government or any Nigerian government parastatal or any institution in like the police, the army, put it out before God and man? I don't regard it as any. I regard the opposite. They bring out somebody, say he's a criminal, we kill him, he's a criminal. Look at him, oh, he carry gun, look at the gun. He's foul. Nigeria is a criminal country with criminal institutions. Complete. We are seeing it every day. It happened to this man. Don't worry. Let me continue fast. After this encounter with the immigration officers, he said that the sports utility vehicle, that is SUV driver, drove him to the Festac My 2 motor park, where another driver he had hired to take him to Ile-Ife was waiting. Yes, going to Ile-Ife. The Yoruba man. You know some of all these names of people in Ile-Ife. Some of them can resemble even Igbo name or Biafran name. Anyhow, he's going. So he's a Yoruba man, complete. He continued. My 2 suitcases were on the floor at the My 2 Festac car park in public, right under the large gate to Festac. I was narrating my ordeal in the hands of immigration to my driver when 3 gun-tottling police officers appeared. Another set of animals, lower Neanderthals, they come. I say, in Somalia, you cannot even experience this type of thing. In Somalia, this type of thing, you cannot experience it. The type of animals that Britain created in the form of Nigeria or Nigerians. Oh, Chineke. Oh, Chineke. If we don't destroy this country, this place called Nigeria, in the coming years, it will be something out of this planet Earth. I am telling you. Britain is experimenting with black people in the name of Nigeria. He experimented and he continues experimenting. When they see and read or hear all these things, they smile. This is our creation. As long as oil is flowing, they continue supporting it, making sure that Nigeria remains together. Do you see man's inhumanity to man? Do you see? Okay. Now, he said, I was narrating my ordeal in the hands of the immigration to my driver when three gun-toting police officers appeared. They carried some deadly-looking AK-47. You know, I love the way the man described it. Deadly-looking AK-47. You know how many people, how many innocent people, all these AK-47 that they carry. You know how many people each one has killed? How many innocent people they have killed? It's right. And deadly-looking AK-47s. They wanted to see the content of my bags in a motopaco. A pass-through immigrant. Oh, now it's inside the town. They want to see the content because they are assuring that the immigration of officials in the border, they are non-entities. You see, customs, they don't know their job. So it's inside the town now. They see somebody with luggage and now they come. When these people are acting for God and man, Nigerian police, if you see them, that's why, you know, they don't have no prestige, nothing. As a Nigerian, if you are complaining, the Indian police is discriminating upon us. So, I'm a Nigerian. Indian police, they are not treating us. I want to use a F word, but I'm on public. I'm talking to the public. Why not they kill, as a Nigerian, you kill them? Because that is how they behave. Nigerians, they are evil. It's an evil entity. It's an evil entity. You don't, any person that answers a Nigerian anywhere, you don't need any respect. You don't need any pity. Because even in his own country, they kill him like a rat. A rat. By Nigerian police or military. They don't care. They kill you. They can kill you in Nigeria. Nigerian police can kill you for just 10,000 naira they see in your pocket. They cock gun and shoot you and you die. You won't pay. Why do you die? Because you're Nigerian. That's it. You are in that hellhole. You are from that place. That God-forsaken place called Nigeria. You see? Okay. Now, let me continue. As they searched the bags, they came upon the money I brought from the US. I introduced myself to them as a professor at the University of Texas, Austin. They asked for identification. I gave them my driving license. The university issued the ID card, my US passport, and my Nigerian passport. That is where I made mistake. You shouldn't carry Nigerian passport. Once you know, somebody maybe didn't, he thought that maybe it was in America, if you want to listen to news, tune into NTA. You see how people are praising Nigeria. Now you use that and start going back. You don't know. You're not supposed to even carry Nigeria passport. Only that American passport it cover you even more than anything. The Nigerian passport, they say, it's a Nigerian. Oh, they don't care. They don't care about. They can kill you and nothing will happen. They will say you are a terrorist. Before you know, they can give you is a kidnapper, is a armed robber. They took them from me, all his papers. By that time, about 10 police officers had descended upon about 10 police officers on one person. Because when you're on a deal, everybody want to be a partaker. No person want to be told the story now after everything. Now only $300 we collect from them. No, they want to be partaker. That's why all of them gather. Police, country police, Nigerian police. You don't see this. I say no country in the world, they don't see this. They are behaving like this to their citizens. Nah. Even if they deal with foreigners, their citizens, they handle the citizen like an egg. But in Nigeria, the opposite is the case. Citizens, they kill you like you see like a cockroach. You are nothing. Okay, let me continue. By that time, 10 police officers had descended upon me. Also listening, we are some Igbo guys hanging out at the motor park. Before you could say, Kilode, the police officers searched me thoroughly inside the park in my tool. They then started searching my bag. They found that my suitcase contains my personal effects. They were interested in a pair of shorts, which they said looked like a camouflage short. They pulled out the shorts. Then there was a sculpture that I made, which they said was juju. They then decided to seize my suitcase, hand luggage, ID cards, and all my money. So now, even if it's juju, so it's now a crime. Do you see why I talk about where I talk about freedom, both to religion? That is a freedom of religion. But now, if you carry juju, for the Nigerian police, is a crime. You're a criminal. Do you see profiling? People that are talking about religious freedom, they don't know, they cannot see this. They don't talk about this. It's normal. For them, it's normal. But they don't know that normally, everybody you want to carry a juju, that is your problem. That is real freedom of worship in a country. They saw a sculpture, something the man made. He said in a juju, which means, oh, juju now, it have turned into a crime. Abi? When people that are against all this, when they are when they are seeing this, they are happy. But when you come talk anything again, they say, no, leave me. It's the freedom of worship. You see the hypocrisy of Nigerians are stinking. On the shishi, their hypocrisy is stinking. They profile somebody before they talk about justice or fight for somebody. They will look at the person. Oh, is it one of us? Is it this? Is it that? Before they start talking against the evil that is being perpetrated against the person. It's the worst thing that has happened. This is one thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broke in our head. He removed it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in Kuje prison, he fought for Boko Haram suspects. Do you know what is Boko Haram suspects? If it is some of us, you say, nah, it serves you way, stay there and die. But no, because injustice is injustice. And fighting for justice is what brings genuine peace. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he have the key. Some of you, when you hear, oh, he carried you, kill him now. I beg now them they say that them they spoil here. You don't. Now you have profiled it. You don't. But you are clamoring for freedom of worship. When Boko Haram will throw bomb and kill, slaughter people in the church, now you start crying. But when they will, police will detain and criminalize somebody carrying anything they call you in his body, you are happy. Look, can you look at yourself? You know, IPOB, that is why we are different. IPOB, we are simply different. We fight injustice. We fight for justice for all, even for our enemy. We fight for justice for our enemy because we don't make a gap or put a block. Say no, it's enemy. Let injustice take him. No, because when you allow injustice to even affect your enemy, it will come back to you. That is one thing we learned from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that when you see some things, you reason. You don't judge things out of your personal emotion. You categorize everybody. Now you want, what is their right? Is it against the Nigerian law? The answer is no. But for you, you are happy. Internally, you are happy. But when it comes against your own a bit, touches you, say, no, live in a freedom of worship. You start to quoting freedom of worship. How hypocritical and evil and wicked you are, if you are hearing me. How? Condemn evil. It doesn't, even if a demon is suffering, from injustice. Fight for that demon. Say, no, injustice is something. Justice is universal. It's something unique. It's for everybody. You understand? You shouldn't support it, even if it is happening to your enemy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, do you listen to Radio Biafra at all? Do you listen to the teachings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right from time? He said, even you see Almajiri suffering injustice, we are against it. If we see the person, we fight against that injustice. Because that is who we are. It's our creed. It's our mantra. It's our character. That is why we always say that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. So, but when you read through this place, you will just bypass it. Say, nah, I carry you now. So why? Now, see, may arrest now, boya. It's support yeah. And when you come to your side, you start clamoring for now freedom of worship. Now leave me my own thing. But when you see another person's thing, you categorize it, profile it. No, I won't allow them. Oh, I suppose they're more here, honestly speaking. We're supposed to be wise. Listen to Radio Biafra and be wise. Not your sentiment. Your sentiment is nothing. Don't follow your sentiments. Follow wisdom. No, that is, we are in the era of knowledge. Try to know. Anything we teach, you go and make it. I don't tell you believe. Oh, we are unbelievers. I am an unbeliever. Go and make research to know. Learn to know. Don't believe. No. Try to know. Because the era of belief is gone. We are in the era of knowing. Okay. He said they pulled out the shots. Then there was a sculptor. Okay, I've read it. They said I had to follow them to the police station again. At this point, a sizable crowd of some 50 people had gathered. One of them with an obvious Igbo accent said, "You can see he is a professor from abroad. He has given you several ID cards, including his passport. Wait till you define again." It was like a signal to the others who begin shouting, "You want kill him? You people are thieves, so highway robbers, so it can never happen. Honor don't see money, honor eyes don't open. Before you can take him, just kill all of us." Do you see what it means to be Igwebike? Do you see the original character of Igbo people? We don't care who you are. Our natural instinct is that is how we are created. We don't support injustice. We fight for justice, even for our enemies. It is something natural in us. It is only Nigeria that is trying to recreate us with the propaganda they put. Igbos are bad people. Igbos hate this. Igbos say, look at this man. They are protecting a Yoruba man with their lives. And you know the meaning of Igwebike? If it's one person, the police people, they will outnumber him. But the gathers, there are others come, Oshebe, oh yeah, kill all of us now. And they cannot. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to tell us that we outnumber them, they only intimidate us with one AK-47. You see thousands of people running. Without a sacrifice, there will be no prize. Do you understand me? How many people will they kill? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh, Kugide, how many? But who are you talking to? Is it dead bodies? Dead bodies, zombies you are talking to. Stone cold dead bodies you are talking to. You can't raise them. It's only Biafra that can resuscitate us. That is it. Do you see how Igwebike? These people, the man said the Igbo youths. I say, how I know that this man is a Yoruba, one of the main reasons, his name number one, and the way he's talking. He called the Igbo youths. If he's an Igbo man, he will write Nigerian youths. Because they are afraid to mention even an Igbo man is Igbo Nigerian is even afraid of speaking Igbo with his fellow Igbo person, even in office in Abuja. He's afraid to make himself known as Igbo man to his own brother. Then talk less of writing Igbo youths. No, he will say Nigerian youths to be called the tribalized person. Ndiara. That's why we are suffering. But we learn the hard way. We are learning the hard way anyway. Now, they formed a tight buffer zone between the police officers and me. Two of them jumped into the police vehicle and dragged out my bags from the vehicle. They accosted the one who held the wallet containing my ID and my money, shouting, "You better give him back his wallet and money now, otherwise Wahala will bust." Another said, we will not let you take him to the police station to kill him like you always kill international visitors. Do you see? They know. Do you see? Nigerian police is a killer of our citizens. Once they tell you, come, we will carry you to the station. If they see money in your hand on the way, they drive you, go somewhere, kill you and throw you inside the bush or inside the water. Direct. I listened to Nonsonkwa the other day in his news. Even I played it, but it didn't reach to that extent where he said something I want to say now. That I think is in part of Owerri or in Mbise somehow. In one village, they saw somebody that went into the bush to pick either wood or pick something. Saw dead body, a boy with a dead body with bullet wound on the chest. They rush out and call people. The community gathered and they called the police. They call the police to come. They make a report of what happened. Look, there's a dead body in our bush with a bullet wound. Please come. Do you know what the policeman? I will, in another day, I will play that voice of Nonsonkwa. Many of you must have heard it. Do you know what the police said? Police opened their mouth on phone and said, you have to bring ambulance. He started reading to them what the Nigerian police in Imo. You have to bring ambulance. Now pay 60,000 naira. You must pay it, otherwise we will come and arrest all the villagers. We will tell you that you are the people that killed that man. Do you see how they frame us? How they frame up Biafrans everywhere in Nigeria? How the Nigerian police is acting? And they become that's why when I don't blame even people in Nigeria. When they see any person that no one problem, they go. Because otherwise, the police, they will try to suck you. You that is a good Samaritan. They will try to, intimidate you, collect money from you. Otherwise, they pin that problem on you and you go to jail. Even die for nothing. Do you see how evil is running in Nigeria with their religiosity? Everywhere is evil. One pastor in Nigeria told me that, look, my brother, every one of us, every Nigerian is a criminal. Whether you're a pastor, whether you're imam, whether you are from top, number one, Tinubu to the last person. It doesn't matter. Everybody is a criminal. He told me pump and plain. He said, because without criminality, you cannot survive in Nigeria. You cannot make anything in Nigeria without criminality. So spare me all these religious people that are religious, rubbish. Everybody is a criminal in Nigeria, whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not. Everybody is acting. You must engage in one type of criminality. In Nigeria, there are things you don't even see as a criminal act. But when you travel outside, you start seeing yourself that you are rotten. That thing, as long as you have prayed 5 times as a Muslim, now you think you are sent. But you engage in criminal activity without knowing it. Many things, your daily life is encompassed with criminality in Nigeria because the system is a criminal system. So how will you escape it? Do you remember when I used to tell everybody that is hearing me that, look, if there is a hellfire, as long as that name Nigeria, as a Nigerian, you are condemned to hellfire. Direct. Don't talk about any other thing. Oh, you're a Nigerian, hellfire, direct. He has condemned you. People think that it's a joke. It's a reality. Because everybody is engaged in criminality. Everybody. From president to the last person. On criminality. You have to commit in order to live, to survive in Nigeria. Otherwise, you can't. You can't. So spare me all this religiosity, please. Spare me that. Now let me continue. The thing is, let me continue. But I want you to understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about genuine peace. How can you have a genuine peace in a place where the police are killers of the citizens? How do you have a genuine peace? And you want all of them are with the AK-47 that they cannot produce. Different forces. The civil defense, all with different, you see baboons with big guns. How do you think that you have genuine peace? Genuine peace is the byproduct of equal right and justice. That is the only thing. As Peter Tosh sang, everybody is shouting for peace, but none is talking about justice. He said, give me no peace. I don't need any peace. Give me equal right and justice. Finish. Now that peace you are talking, it will just come. It's a byproduct. So it's not the end. I mean, or the means to an end. Is that the end? The means to that end is equal right and justice. Now you get peace as a byproduct. Chicken. Huh? Okay, let me continue. In a matter of moment, about 100 Igbo boys emerged from Team A and surrounded us. The police officers they were clearly outnumbered. You see that with their gun, they were clearly outnumbered by these Igbo motopack boys. They threatened to shoot. These Igbo boys stood their ground, daring the police officers to kill them. Oh yeah, now they say, Shebi, you say you get an AK-47, kill us now, and then you can take him. But you are not taking him if we are still alive. Do you see what is standing Gidebom? You see that? Though some of the police officers appear to cock their rifles, the Igbo guys only squeeze tighter around me. The police officers slapped me, some of the Igbo guys near them. But their ring of protection around me did not break. It only got tighter as the guys were yelling and daring the officers to kill them. I was scared. The police officers realized that the situation was clearly beyond what they envisaged. They had imagined I was alone and nobody would rise to my defense. Do you see the impunity the Nigerian government is? I mean the police, the military. Because once they get somebody, others behave as if it doesn't concern them. And that is why they put separation in our midst. If you want to react, they say, does it concern you? Even they will slap you for you to run. Don't defend your brother. Don't defend any person. Just fight his heavenly race. Go your own thing. That thing gives them power in order to be taking everybody one by one. In our place, you see, two police officers will be killed. Nigerian criminal police will be beating somebody. Others will be watching. Wow, waiting this man do now from far off. People, thousands of people will gather from far off. No person will do anything. Do you see how it will be? You understand? Do you see it? Let me conclude it. The police officer who had my wallet, passports, and ID cards quickly handed them back to me, looking nervous. The Igbo boys chanting, carried my suitcase at their heads, sometimes lifting the boxes above their heads like highly coveted trophies. The boys seemingly closed in on the police officers, ready to attack them for my protection. The police officers jumped inside their vehicles and drove off to save face, their tails curled behind their brocos. I recalled the traumatic moment I left the country in 1992. That's why. And swore, if you see me in this godforsaken country again, cut off my neck. Do you see the solution of a black man? Do you see a Nigerian man's solution? He run away. Say, I'm not coming back again. Let all of us die. And that is his own solution. But IPOB, we said no. It's our land. We are leaving it to nobody. We stand the Gidigba. That is it. That is who we are. You might be thinking that, oh, he's talking, but it will happen. This is a solution. He run to where already made. He will not even stay there, be fighting in his capacity against that place. That God, so he call it a God-forsaken country. Now, that kind of person, do you think that Americans can give him respect? The decision he has taken. No, I will not come back again. And he's not fighting. He's not doing anything. Instead, he starts living his life until the day he dies. Do you see the solution of black man? Not fighting, running away from danger. Do you see that? Oh, Obviously, the country has fallen much lower since then and is now a danger zone in which men in uniforms of all descriptions, immigrations, customs, police, vehicle inspection officers, and other wearing uniforms, difficult to identify or define. I say uniformed men everywhere. They have all taken over the country and made it difficult for citizens to enjoy or even just subsist in their own country. When good people run away, evil people take over. But it is time to fight back. That is what IPOB is doing. When evil people, everybody run away, you think is the solution. What do you call it? It's temporary solution for that moment, so that you live your life quietly wherever you are. But it's not permanent. Don't you see? Don't you see what Israel is fighting today? They were displaced from their place, if that is their place really, and for thousands of years, and now they have to come back to fight. We should be wise. Now let me continue. In 1984, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. In 1980s, and now they have to come back to fight. We should be wise. Now let me continue. In 1984, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. In 1980s, and now they have to come back to fight. We should be wise. Now let me continue. In 1984, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. In 1980s, and now they have to come back to fight. We should be wise. Now let me continue. In 1984, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. In 1980s, and now they have to come back to fight. We should be wise. Now let me continue. In 1984, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. In 1980s, now they have to come back to. I don't know. Sometimes all these things can happen, but I believe that my voice is back. I believe so. I think so. I think so. I think that my voice is back. It's no more repeating. Let me check, please. Bear with me. Sometimes all these things can happen. It is part of what we are doing. Let me check on IPOB Community Radio whether my voice is still repeating. I don't know. I don't know why my this thing is blank. My dashboard. Okay, I think yes. I think I'm coming out clear now. I think I'm coming out clear. So, as I was saying, remember I'm talking about genuine peace. where people are professing in mouth peace, 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 but it's not like that. Peace, genuine peace, is just a byproduct of equal rights and justice. As I was saying, in 1984, the United Nations adopted the Declaration on the Right of Peoples to Peace. This declaration proclaims that the peoples of our planet have a sacred right to peace, and that preservation of peace is fundamental obligation of each state. Peace, which is the essence of man's life in society and the substance of the relations between states, constitutes the highest value of mankind, provided that it is genuine and just peace. Do you know what it means? Do you know what this place is saying? That peace, people have the right to peace. United Nations in 1984 adopted a declaration on the right of peoples to peace. Do you understand? That peace is the essence of man's life in a society and the substance of the relations between states. You understand? Is the essence. Because without peace, a human being, you cannot operate properly. Just like in Nigeria. Look at Nigeria. I think how many, whether they say 75 or 65 or 75% of Nigerians are mad. They have mental problems. And people think it's lie. It's true. There's no peace. Stress. Everybody is, a country where 65 or 75% have mental problem. Don't it make you to shiver? Look at this gentleman that came from America. Now they made, he thought that Nigeria is like any other country. He want to just move. You don't have freedom of movement, and you can be, anything could be put on your head at any time by the Nigerian police or military. That you're a criminal. That's why, if you anytime whenever I see people fearing some things on WhatsApp, oh, this is a criminal. Nigerian police killed him. They say he's a criminal. They put gun, and you see, you are very fast to comment. Know that these are evil, wicked liars, Homo sapiens from I don't know, heaven knows where we are from. A horrible entity Britain created that is traumatizing everybody, turning people into another type of species of animals on this planet Earth. That is Nigerians, for your information. But in this declaration, is this declaration promptly implemented? The answer is no. The example is Mazi, a British citizen who was kidnapped from Kenya, abducted from Kenya to Nigeria with the total support of Britain. And these are people that United Nations that adopted the Declaration of the Right of Peoples to Peace. Do you see that? The Britain, who is championing democracy, championing equal rights and justice, their citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been illegally kidnapped, renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria, and they are playing politics. It is them, M1Cs, that plan the hotel. My goodness, this world. Remember, genuine peace consists of internal tranquility within a state, based upon the recognition, guarantee, and strict observance of the basic human rights of all individuals living in such state. Do you understand? Basic human right. Does Nigeria have any human right? Who are you? Do they see you as a human being? Talk less of giving you human right. So, what I'm saying, we should never be shouting or begging for peace, because genuine peace is simply the byproduct of implementation of human equal rights and justice. That is genuine peace. And tomorrow we are going to also watch what Britain created, what they are going to do about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the creation of Britain. Look at no more every Nigerian election. All are decided in the court now. I read one news headline. He said that they should probe judges that are judging political issues in Nigeria. The corrupt judges. I laugh. I say, where will you start in Nigeria? Now, whenever there is election, everybody now dokara. Judges know that it is time for them to make money. Do you understand? Do you remember what our lawyer, Ejiofor, said last time on Radio Biafra? That after the election, the people they hired him there. We are calling him to come. Now, time of money have come. Oh. Come and make money, defend us, bring this and that, bring something that people are making a hell of money. But he said no, because that is Nigeria for you. When they see politicians are duping, they are scamming, looting everywhere. Now the judge is saying, "Nah, you have to give us lawyers to you have to give them every facet of Nigerians. Only the peasants are suffering. These peasants, if you tell them to rise up and do something, pursue all these elites, they tell you, say no, they will manipulate them and say them, it's Igbo man, no, that you want to do Igbo man bidding, you want to spoil Nigeria, you want Nigeria divided, but it's Nigeria traumatizing you. I will stop here, please, so that I will go into few minutes break, and open the line just for 1 or 2 calls, because I will also read two IPOB press release. Tomorrow is the D-Day. Tomorrow is the D-Day. So please, I will go into few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines just for few calls. I will take only few calls for people, just few calls before I call it a quit. Therefore, please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Igbos in Nigeria, 73% said sometimes or always they were treated unfairly by the government. This is last year. This is the highest rate of any ethnic group surveyed in Africa. In their view, they are sometimes or always treated unfairly by the government.
So it's issue of injustice?
It is a deep grievance, and it's a disconnect from the Nigeria project, as was mentioned earlier. And I mentioned that number just to underscore the underlying grievance that has to be addressed. So amnesty is potentially part of a package, but the disconnect has to be addressed. And the Southeast is a core pillar of the Nigeria project. Comes back to the discussion of its importance. So all of these issues that are being discussed are inherently political. They're being seen through a political lens. For example, infrastructure, development. The grievance is you have a very productive region that is exporting not just to Nigeria, but internationally. You have, I think, Imo and Anambra are number 4 and number 6 for GDP in Nigeria. And that was in 2021, which was a very violent year. So even amidst the violence, three of the 5 states in Southeast are in the top 12 for GDP per capita. Yet there's no seaport. The bridges are not good. The roads are not good. So it is a development and infrastructure issue, but it's seen through a political lens as a political grievance. The same with security, which is you have significant deployment of security forces, yet the perception is the DPOs are not from Southeast. Many of the officers are not from Southeast. They are not necessarily well-versed in the local context. And so they're not performing the role of community security in a way that they or other communities would expect. So that's a security issue, yes, but it's also perceived through a political lens. And it's the same with federal appointments and involvement in governance. So these are development, these are policy, these are economic issues, but they're seen through a broader political lens that they're not being kind of fairly adjudicated. And I think that's really important to underscore. So amnesty as part of a package may be a solution, but the underlying grievances have to be addressed with an understanding of the political perception, how the infrastructure problems, how the economic problems, how the security issues are perceived politically, and what it means to have a more representative involvement in those efforts from a Southeast perspective. Yes, it has to be a multi-stakeholder approach. The sensitive issues have to be addressed, and there needs to be involvement of the key stakeholders as this initiative is doing. That being said, in context like this, you might not move everybody over. You might not convince everybody. But where you make a serious effort and where you provide legitimate avenues, you will see a significant reduction in popular grievance that draws down support for extremism and makes it very difficult to operate. So a multi-stakeholder approach doesn't immediately solve all the problems, but it changes the trajectory, and it moves a lot of the public into using or trying to use the legitimate mechanisms again, as opposed to staying on the sidelines or even supporting extremist activity. So it's where you need to start, and it's the direction that you need to go.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 14th day of December 2023. Our lines are now open, but you see this clip. This clip I put, I've watched it several times. I'm just watching the people. It's there on the social media, even in my timeline. Scroll down, Jonas Raphael on Facebook. You see how a foreigner is teaching, teaching Igbo red cap and so-called intellectuals or intellectuals, teaching them the problem they have, their problem. Do you see how black man have been relegated to nothingness? A white man started teaching them how the cause of the insecurity, the cause of the problems, the cause of disenchantments of our people, in the cause of disenchantments in our land, in Igbo land, is a lack of infrastructure, lack of that our people are feeling discriminated because of things that they know. Honestly, a white man teaching them, like how much they stood there, or they stood there watching. Some bend their head in shame. But look at you, something they cannot. Every time you see Igbo man, Igbo elite, Igbo Hanezendi, Igbo politicians, hey, Nigeria is good. We have to make it good. We have to make it work. They are afraid to talk about the problems we are having in our own land. That is the reason why they abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering for us, for our land. Igbo man, Igbo politicians don't talk about it. Then they made statistics. Random statistics on the road. They saw that Igbo youths, Igbo people, they are really disenchanted. They feel disenfranchised from the Nigeria project. And it is the highest pay race in Africa that they have encountered. You see in the very wicked souls. People that are not supposed to even exist. They are watching Onyocha from far away, thousands of kilometers, come and start telling them the problems, why their people, our people are having problems. The feelings of our people. Something they supposed to be at the, on top, purveying to the world. On your time now, don't you see that now say that we are primitive set of people? Don't you see that? Somebody will tell me now he's representing amnesty. This is something that town hall meetings every time should be held everywhere in Igbo land. All these elites should be, telling people everywhere around the world, telling to whom it may concern, this is our problem. This is our problem in Nigeria. But every time it is these same people that this man is coaching of their problem in their own land that is coming to now. Tinubu like us. He love Ndi Igbo. See when the other day I play was the clip he was in. Don't you see? I will love Ndibo. Some people say he don't love Ndibo. That is the mantra they continue. People that are supposed to be wiped off our land. Chineke. Our lines are now open. People are calling already. Our direct line as usual. +1 2133 286 +1 2133 286 Our WhatsApp and Signal line +61 405 142 547. I will receive just people are already calling everywhere, please. +61 405 142 547. I have a first caller, Mazi. Mazi Hugo, can you hear me? Are you there? Please indicate. Just hold on, please. Let me connect you. Hold on. Ndi Igbo na ala mmadụ n'iyi ịgwaghị you. Some people in this. And they may push but we must continue. Mazi, go on, please. Mazi.
Yes, Mazi, am I coming out clear now?
You are. Please go on. You are.
Thank you very much, my big brother Mazi Jonathan. I salute you for the good job that you are doing. I say, okay, continue to protect you, give you good health. That's what we are asking, and all our presenters. As Ndebo continue to protect him. Ndebo continue to guide and protect him, and the DOS, HDOS, and all the principal officers and IPOB at large. I salute you from the bottom of my heart. This is your brother calling you from the country that killed 7.2 million of innocent Biafrans. And they will never know peace. It doesn't matter what anybody think about us. We must continue to make sure that we get our freedom. And when is the if you think that if we have any other, why are we convening here? To show you that we have no job. What we need now is our freedom so that we can go home. If you want to stay in Europe, you can stay. If this code, if actually this code is your weather, then you stay. But it's not my weather. Mazi, let me come to the reason why I called this evening. One is Nigeria must to release Onyendu tomorrow. We are not begging them. We are not making any threats. We are just asking them, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As number, this Nigeria you are seeing. It pains me when sometimes when I look at other channels, some Igbo people, when they call the channel, they say, God bless Nigeria. In my heart, in my soul, if I have the opportunity to terminate that idiot, that I will. Chuko Kabiaba know that I will, but I don't have the power. But the power I have is to make sure that I come here and talk to my people that look at the problem we are facing. I educate them, and anywhere I see that they are, against my people, I will call in that station, except I'm not with my gadget. And anywhere I see they are diverting the attention of our people, like all these criminals that Britain float up to come and destroy us. I will make sure that I come in there and tell them they are liars. Mazi, this, like as you put it, believe you me, this is the reason why I call Two Chains, Onyendu, and this tape that you play. Now, if you're an Igbo man, now listening to my voice, you see that tape, Mazi, the day I watch that tape, if you're not ashamed as an Igbo, this I know that Biafra's IPOB that have been trained by Onyendu, I know that you are clever. I am not taking away from you. I know that you are clever. The clever one, so if you look at that clip, like Mazi Jonathan said, a white man from somewhere far away across ocean came in the town hall telling you what is happening in your backyard, the way they treat you, the way they do you. Look at what is happening to you. But do you know that the painful part of it is the same thing this man is crying, is talking here in press conference, in town hall meeting. This is what Onyendu is crying for. All this why? All the same thing. Onyendu was lamenting all this. What do you think Onyendu is crying for? All this why? The same thing this man was saying here. And you know the I don't know how to. Do you know the worst part of it is that there's a time that Onyendu was telling us that when this foreign body came to Biafra land, they will meet Ohanese, they will meet this governor. When they ask them, where at least some of us have heard Onyendu say it in this platform. What is the problem with your people? What is your people? Can you talk to us? What is your people? They will tell them, oh, they're nothing. They're just it's nothing. Mazi, I don't know if you hear it from Onyendu.
Of course,
in this
but
platform.
do you know, Mazi, do you know?
Okay.
Now, Oyibo have come using his hand, go to our people in the street and ask, and found out things by himself. Now, ironically, it is Oyibo man that is now coming to, in a town hall meeting, as you said, telling our people, our own, these people that used to tell them, no problem, telling them, no, there is problem. Look, Mazi, how do you describe this type of people? Mazi, it beats my understanding. Go on, please.
Yes, Mazi, that is the reason. This tape makes me cry. This tape remind me of our people to start having the mind of suicidal. There is nothing wrong with me in belt. Any Igbo politician, a go buyer. Oh, actually, our people made the mind of suicidal.
When he had the wrong, he may go with direct. He has him the 200 virgins. He may go with direct.
Do you know that our people can even more than in our people can very, very well. Our people can the worst part of Buna, this tape, I cry when I listen to this tape. The same thing, this foreign body now, I have had my cry. Even at the last one, he mentioned, if I can remember vividly, he mentioned that there is a way he put it that they will make sure that these people did not go to these Igbo governors and Ohanese again to ask them what is the problem of their people. If I could, he said something like that these people will come, they will go to these people instead of them to table the matter. Look at what their people are facing. The type of horrible things they will tell them, oh, they are just children. It's nothing. It's just these Igbo politicians. I swear to God, these Igbo politicians in our land, can people hand Igbo? They just be Igbo them. These people are not our people. I've been shouting it and I hear waiting. The best thing I like these people is to kill them. I am saying it in this radio. Our people, Mazi, hi, Chineke. It's a shame.
There were.
Let me
There were. Caller on direct line. Welcome to the program. Please go on. Can you hear me?
Chinedu, good evening. Am I coming out there? Yes. First of all, I am Bo Amechi from Canada. I want to thank you for your effort, constantly hammering the word into our people. First of all, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not negotiable. Just like the last caller said, we are not giving Nigeria conditions. We are not begging them. But anything that rise up as a result of their failure to release him, they should have themselves to be blamed. I listened to that clip you played just before you started taking calls about that white man's speech. Because if some the so-called Igbo elite are sitting down somewhere listening to that man, they should cover themselves in shame. Because somebody from far away, a different continent, and then a man alive in a man at Southeast, about the GDP, about the cost of failure, and that despite the fact that there is poor infrastructure, some states in Southeast is still on top of the GDP with no support. And some movies are sitting down there listening to that man, analyzing that thing. Mazi, what I am attributing what is happening to our father, our present day father, to a what I call post-war trauma. Because I believe that so many of them are still scared because of the defeat in that genocidal war that they call civil war. The reason I'm saying this, Mazi, I have an uncle in US. I have an uncle in US. He was a Nigerian. He was a Biafra military soldier. He fought the war. He fought the war very well. The other day he explained to me the day he thought he would have died. That what saved him, because the Egyptian flight were looking for the frontline military, and the flight came so close, looking to eliminate everybody. He hid behind Ubaka tree, so he participated in the war. But guess what? Anytime we're having conversation, if I mention IPOB, if I mention restoration of Biafra, it stings him like a scorpion. He gets so upset. I say, why are you angry? He said, no, that is not possible. Let us move forward as one Nigeria. I said, no, your generation has tried and failed. Leave our own to do our own. So I call it a post-war trauma, because so many of them are so scared of revisiting that thing that got them defeated. This generation of IPOB, the way I'm seeing it, is the generation that will restore that Biafra. And the emancipation is just starting. Even if you look at social media, if you look at the way people are revolting against this religion, the way people are revolting against the status quo, you will know that even if we decide, our generation decide to relax, the younger generation will be more radical than us now. I will end my call with one quotation you made. There will be no peace without equal rights and justice. Mazi, I want to leave it here. Thank you so much, brother.
Mazi. Thank you very much. We must continue. Sorry. Caller on, let me see. Has been there. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself, please. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there, please? Unmute yourself.
Okay, Mazi. Mazi, am I coming out clear?
Mazi, go on. You are, please.
Hello?
Yes, Mazi, go on, please. You are coming out clear. Go on, please. Go on.
Okay, Mazi. But my other Mama Chineke. Mazi, I still remain also as Yokubondo, known as Unstoppable Sibe. Mazi, I will greet all Biafrans all over the world. Mazi, the only thing I have to say here, my own point of view, is this. You know that I like what you say in the beginning. Our people are so emotional by they need something that will be motivated. That's it. Even that time when we are in the church, when Paul will be making preaching, after making out a call, you will see us shedding tears, praying, crying. After, immediately you come out from that church, you go to your girlfriend house or your boyfriend house. That section of that you not be there in the church. Even it will know you. It will not carry that salvation and cross the gutter of that premises of the church. This is how our people eat. That's why they are doing this. Even start because they do not even America. And none of them can be able to memorize and it's how to remember, not to think, not to reason. But today, I thank you, Koki. that van, they used to remove that van, they used to come out. Mazi, we must get Biafra. Even in this, here I'm now, I am in SI. I'm not making any other sentiment that will make somebody to pity me. Don't pity me, because this is what we are looking for. Without being in that, I will be seeing that we are playing, we are joking. Anybody who is fighting for the freedom, either in the grave or in SI or in the prison, these are the three things waiting for you. Anybody who are serious to work for this Biafra restoration, it's a must, because this as I am talking about is my own brothers, my own sisters. They are the one pointing hand, but we are not relating. Or we get Biafra, and Biafra remain our ultimate goal. And that is what we get. Mazi, please, what you told me, I have put you in the Biafra restaurant on this forum. At least, anytime we don't have that to interview direct, because in Abia State, radio Biafra is not, we are not enjoying it, except we have that we can be able to listen to broadcasts online, whereby radio, IPOB community radio. If we don't have data, we can't make any, people are wallowing in darkness because they can't hear from the radio Biafra. The little one that I used to, Mazi Chineke, anytime the broadcast, he remit it to the Biafra Restoration Discourse. From there, we'll be playing it for them. They'll be rejoicing. So please, if others radio presenters can help us to be doing so, we will be glad. At least our brothers go in that place. When you have data, you can upload it and listen to it on your covenant time. Mazi, I agree with you. I thank you so much for accepting our appeal to you. The same Mazi and the rest of you. All must say Biafra. From there, I still remember say so. Mazi do the reggae.
Well, thank you very much. I do understand. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on signal.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi.
Good evening, sir. Mazi, my name is Mazi Fine. Mazi Fine, calling from his location. Mazi, it's true that tomorrow is the D-Day. And we are not begging the zoo. We are not begging Nigeria government to release our leader. And also, we are not shaking. But one thing is certain. If Nigeria want to preserve their prestige, Nigeria still want to be more relevant before the international community, for the world, let them do the needful. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is innocent. He did not commit any crime. He is a freedom fighter. He's not a politician. The evil politicians, those are our elite that always stealing our money, and they went to other countries to bank them. Our leader is not. Mazi, don't mind where I am. I'm on the ground. We are not fearing any bagger. And we are resolute. We are whiter than whiter and whiter than slow. But what I'm telling them, they must do the needful. Supreme Court must preserve the image of the zoo by doing the needful and release our leader. And the failure to do so, whatever is the consequence, they will not carry it on their own. I know that tomorrow we are in a high spirits and a high expectation. That's how it's supposed to be. But let our people not panic. Let us not shake. The Chukwuka Abiyama is on control. He must do what he promised our leader. He promised our leader something, and the Chukwuka Abiyama is going to fulfill it, whether good or bad. Mazi, thank you for your program. We are not going back until the freedom is total. We restore our freedom and get our nation back. Thank you. Good night from here. May God bless
you too. When people say going back, I wonder where is the back, sir? Where is the back? We don't even have any back. So it's a one-way trend we are in. So that's it. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi. Is it Chinedu? Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. You'll be the last caller. Welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi Obiuku. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi Obiuku. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening, my people. God bless you. My name is Mazi Chinedu Obiuku. I'm calling from my location in the zoo. Mazi, all over in Abuja, Meduguri, Kaduna, Kanu, Nigeria, tomorrow is divided. One thing, you will take one thing tomorrow, Nigeria. Neither you take peace or Mazi Chinedu, may Elohim bless you for your teaching this evening. Mazi, ndị Igbo ndị ara tụrụ ụfọdụ iresịrị ala ụmụnna agba na Amerịka. Ụfọdụ ndị mere nsọ ana, Mazi makwana enwe ndị na-Amerịka mere nsọ ana agbafu ma ha mere nsọ ana dị ebe a bịa n'eze anyị. Dịka ha esi sọpọtara gị Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that the slavery men that Chukwu Okeabịama will see around Biafra. Ọ bụrụ ma ndị Igbo, Mazi, ọ bụrụ ma ndị Igbo people. And Kalu could also Igbo people, that word IDB was the cause by Chukwu Okeabịama. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Akpụrụ mmiri n'ọnụ kwuo ya. He's a prophet of my time. Nke m na-apụrụ. Ọ bụrụ ma ndị Igbo, Mazi ndị a nwere problem. Mazi ebe ihe ete mana ndị Igbo ha dị wicked. Yoruba to just were one day had Benin Republic. The Republic or Yoruba land call. Anita would have one day had you do it and not for not. Ndi so cool what better with one hand work. So then and I will get an art for a pack. Get support or Biafra. Mazonia in charge electricity and east. So make up. Mazi Megolan prepared meter. Mazi Chido Cabo Aviation Ministry. Oh, Chido Bono. Because under the Asita came had to go Baron Munhan Kusokunisia near Yokurugo Biafra. Mazi man and that try go to Bunan the Kalamarachi Equero. Chan go to Gafi on there. Or for the wife, for the wine, the one there. There are some Praho. Yes, now Sana support I've been with you. Ndi boss lawyers there for ego. Unless the boy down. I can't know is your ego. Mother than an Igbo Maru, your mother than an Igbo Maborosi. Here from our so Monday America. Some of them in a walk with me and in a one. Some of them, yeah, property hand and Lagos, you put over Biafra has there. Now, can you get Biafra? Now, when the Arab money for Biafra or agenda of Chukwu Okeabịama, own Abon is woman and the Jew before. All over the world, Jews now query, that's there on this until he kills me of them. How I am Gambia to you about it. Oh, go on, Nathaniel Nana, Nathaniel, move them armor with David Dillon gone. Nathaniel Nano, and I'm the Akita. I group anyone but that what Igbo Congress. Professor George of also offering him now putting it the point accept that man upon hopefully educated none that's no men without shame, men without honor, men without dignity. Otega hang over Mana Hamanguzi opera kita this generation of ID Unamanguzi opera and I had that one I was happy. All this appropriating them of what Igbo Congress Mohanes and Igbo. Ndị evidence save the report. I ga-aga agbụrụ ha wepụta ha. Aga enwe carbon na Biafra land. Aga enwe those na Biafra land. Ha ga-emere account ihe ha mewere from generation to generation. Anya pụghị isi chebiri nga anya na-atụ egwu. Mana ihe na-agba Nigeria, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day. Oyada, ọ ya nwụ ọ ya dị ndụ ọ tomorrow agba nke mbụ ọkụ n'ogwe agba nke bụ ọkụ n'ogwe agba nke ọkụ n'ogwe ogwe ka emerụrụ akụ no this excuse had go to also ha change the judge is 1 million we don't care to know Martin and Calm was released unconditional. What could the matter? Why not he put you in that this and he put and about other place? If for this one, if for this one, and Yoruba people, chameleon Yorubas, chameleon Yorubas, Yoruba, you people are going to suffer. You people are going to suffer. Yoruba. Release Martin and the Carlo tomorrow. Mazi, may him bless you. We on ground tomorrow. Martin and the Carlo is an innocent man. Mazi, Jonathan, may him bless you. God bless you.
There we go. Thank you very much. This is where I'm going to switch off the phone lines. Please do not call again. People are calling from everywhere. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, before I conclude, let me read the press release. There are two press releases I want to read. IPOB press release of 13th of December 2023. President Chinedu should prove he is not pursuing ethnic cleansing agenda by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as IPOB. The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to draw the attention of the Nigeria government, headed by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, that he and his government have the opportunity to prove to Ndibo that he is not pursuing an ethnic cleansing agenda by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from illegal detention by the DSS in the coming days, or through the pronouncement of the Apex Court of Nigeria. Ndibo at home and diaspora are waiting to welcome Mazi Nnamdi Kanu home this December for the Christmas celebration. Whether Nigeria believes it or not, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the face of Biafra and the Ndibo nation. Of this, his pens are the pens of Biafra, and his joy is the joy of Biafra. The only people who despise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the criminals, the kidnappers, the insecurity profiteers, the enemies of peace, and all the enemies of Biafra nation, and even Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu controls millions of followers across the globe. His lovers and supporters will be very happy if the government of President Tinubu release him unconditionally on or before the 15th of December 2023. It will be ironic that the Nigeria President Ahmed Bola Tinubu and the Supreme Court Justice will hide under the pretense that some interested persons do not want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released, or hide under the bogus claims of national security risk as an excuse not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As long as the world is concerned, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a national security threat to Nigeria. He and IPOB have been peaceful, and that is why more than 100 nations of the world authorize the IPOB movement in their countries. More so, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime known to law anywhere, nor has any IPOB member been convicted of any crime in any Nigerian court. We keep reminding the Nigerian government and the international community of the consequences of condoning ethnic cleansing and persecution of Ndibo, because we call for Biafra's self-determination. The eyes of the world are on the Supreme Court Justice of Nigeria. Not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be on trial on December 15, 2023, but the Nigerian Supreme Court, UN law on self-determination, African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and the international laws on extradition will also be on trial. The Nigeria Supreme Court will either save the Nigeria judiciary's battered image by going by the rule of law on December 15th, 2023, or bend to the pressure from men of selfish interest and slide Nigeria into anarchy by endorsing illegality and keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. More so, if President Ahmed Tinubu allows himself to be used by saying some people from the southeast advise him not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that means he has outsourced his authority and lacks power as the president of Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves to be a free man after the Abuja Federal Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted him. The same appeal court barred the federal government of Nigeria from arresting or prosecuting him any longer in any court in Nigeria. The then lawless government refused to obey the appeal court orders. Instead, they appealed and got a black market stay of execution. We hope that the Nigeria Supreme Court we hope that Nigeria's Supreme Court justice will not ignore the government's disobedience to appeal court orders during their judgment to prove their honor and independence. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB members have never committed any crime known to law locally or internationally. The Supreme Court justice should do Nigeria and themselves a favor by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Posterity will be kind to the justices who will do the needful and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will restore peace in the eastern region and give joy to Ndibo and all Biafrans. But his continuous persecution and illegal detention will further endanger the safety and security of Nigeria and in particular the entire Biafran territory. Biafrans at home and diaspora are keenly awaiting and watching the Supreme Court justices. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the Indigenous People of Biafra. That is yesterday's press release. Now I will read today's press release, 14th of December 2023. Ignore Anambra Joint Securities blackmail. No ESN camp was raided, IPOB. And as expected, Nigeria Professional Lion Police Force started their blackmail against IPOB as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case at the Supreme Court of Nigeria is approaching this Friday. Their fabricated and fallacious claims of raiding ESN camp is a lie, and the propaganda targeted at blackmailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the Supreme Court judgment on Friday, December 15, 2023. More so, to put fears on Ndibo who are coming home for the Christmas season. It is unfortunate that the Nigerian government, with her amateur blackmailer security forces, can easily be predicted as draft and amateur blackmailers. Anambra commander of Nigeria Police couldn't develop a good script in their lies. We don't expect less of this propaganda because we are aware of the collaboration between the Nigerian security forces and the Zoo government-sponsored criminals camping around the Osumohu axis. Countless times, IPOB has maintained that ESN does not have camps at Osumohu, Lilu, Newi South, Osinhutokwa in Imo State, and Ihiala, AG of Anambra State. But the Nigerian security forces will often arrange a friendly gun match with the sponsored criminals in those areas in order to blackmail IPOB. What has stopped Nigerian joint security forces from invading the known camps of those criminals if they are not working together? We are aware that Aleibo has been relatively peaceful for some months now, but as expected, the Nigerian security forces and the agent provocateurs will heighten the insecurity in the east again as the Supreme Court judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is near. They are doing this to raise fears in the minds of Ndibo, who intend to come home for Christmas. The public and Ndibo should ignore the Nigeria police blackmail, for there is no truth in their claims, as there was no ESN camp raised by the Nigerian security forces. We are warning the Nigerian compromised security forces to stop blackmailing ESN and IPOB to prove they are working. No ESN camp was involved in the shambolic attack as claimed by Nigeria Joint Security Forces. Enough of the Nigeria police unfounded blackmail against the IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is enough. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the Supreme Court on December 15, 2023 is both sacrosanct and paramount, Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the Indigenous People of Biafra. Now, I part with these words. It's a rhetorical question that you answer by yourself. A police institution, Nigerian police force and the military, that can frame up a citizen that came from abroad because they saw money in his pocket. They can frame a citizen, an innocent citizen, and take him to somewhere and kill him. The Nigerian police and military that can see somebody, stop somebody on the road and force the person, albeit that the Nigerian police highest command have said that it is illegal for Nigerian police to search people's telephones without court order. Now, the Nigerian police and military that can corner any Nigerian citizen, mostly Biafrans on the road, driving a car, because he's driving a car or a good car, they will look for his account. Once they see big money in his account, they will wipe the money, force him to transfer the whole money to them. And most of the times they will kill the person and label him a criminal. Is it the Nigerian police that we believe? You will believe what they say when they say, "Oh, we rounded up a ESN camp. We invaded ESN camp." I want to steer up that common sense, that God-given common sense in your brain. It's not for fancy. Common sense, you develop it. It's there already. You are not going. They are not going to sell it to you. You have it. That is. This question is a things that I want to steer up in that your brain. It is there. The Nigerian police that is being feared by every Nigerian citizen, because you are not. You see, the police people will be coming, and you see people running for nothing. You ask them, they say, these people, they can just carry you, put any problem on you, even if you talk, they kill you, and nothing will happen. To the extent, Amechi, a former minister, a former governor of Nigeria, a politician, he said that if you want to round 100 Nigerians up in the street and shoot them, like police do, nothing will happen. Are they the people that you will believe when they tell you, "Oh, we rounded up, we invaded ESN camp"? Spare me all this arrant nonsense. Spare me. The Nigerian police that you fear on the road, if they see you, maybe you have money in your account or you have cash with you in a place that maybe in a bushy place, you are gone. They will kill you and label you an armed robber. Carry gun, which they have all this gun everywhere. There is gun. They will carry one gun and put on your dead body. And call Sahara reporters, call them, say, "We have killed an armed robber, or we have killed an ESN." And they will write it. Is it the police people you are going to believe when they tell you something? It's a question you answer by yourself. If you have common sense, you answer it correctly. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, tomorrow is a D-Day. But I want to assure you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. As some callers have said, we are not giving Nigeria any threat and we are not begging them. But they must do the right thing. They must do the right thing. And the Biafrans, be tough. Be tough. Be strong-willed. Let us develop mental toughness. For the task ahead is very, very hard. So when the go gets hard, the tough gets going. That is how I will end today's program. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your audience. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is who we are. People that are going to Abuja, be careful. This thing, as I said during my preamble, is not a no, I know the fear. No, Because you are fighting against institution. You are not fighting against one person. Buhari has gone. Buhari have died. The imposters all have gone. It's another administration. So it's an institution. You understand? So it's not something you do with I dare had. No, it's ignorance on your part. It's ignorance. That's why you need to, you need to always be prudent. You need to be careful. We don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. The end is what justifies the means. It's only when Biafra comes, the result we are waiting. The overall result is Biafra is restored. That is it. Otherwise, we have nothing to prove to some people. That's why when people were complaining, oh, the leadership is not coming. Mazi Chinedu, yeah, is no more there. They want to be seeing somebody that will be entertaining them. That is what I completely see it. And I'm very, very glad upon the tactics of the leadership to keep people in suspense. So that if you want to run away, run away. After all, Mazi Nnamdi say we need only 100 men. 100 people, 100 men. Not every time to come and entertain you so that you make you feel happy. After that happiness, just like what our brother said now. When a preacher, we have gotten accustomed to this type of emotion. You go to church, they fire you up with music. Hey, you say na Holy Spirit. No be Holy Spirit, nothing. Now you are now the music. Now the same way you are dancing, they fire you up if you go to nightclub. It's the same thing. You got nightclub, like this, and I said, the same thing in the church. So it's no different. Once you are being fired up with the music, I call, hey, everybody with that, they now cry, hey, Holy Spirit, I touch it. Now lie, now that emotion. And when you touch it again, please know that. Know that and no peace. Nothing touch you. It's the emotion in you that was, because music stirs up some things in a human being. Music is the food of the soul. That is it. So the same way they need somebody to be coming all the time early in the morning. People that relax, you put if you are working, you put your earpiece watching. Good morning, good afternoon, dear friends and lovers of freedom. Only that thing they want. Ask many of those people, what do you learn? Once that day's message is gone, finish, nothing again. They don't learn nothing. So that is what they want. Let entertainment continues. No, we are not entertainers. That's what I told somebody, a PhD holder, talking nonsense. I told him, you think we are skit makers? We are content creators? The leadership will be coming to tell you what you want to hear. That will make you sweet your belly. These are the people that have jumped the fence and enter into where they will be hearing the same thing. Oh, in 150 days, Biafra will come. They say, yes, I believe it. Amen, amen. Everything is belief. Remember, I told you, this is no more time to believe. It's not time of belief. We are in an era of non-belief. So I am number one unbeliever. You understand? You understand me? That is what we should be. When they use the book you call holy book in order to gum your brain, telling you that blessed is him that did not see but believe. They demonize so-called the story of Thomas. Thomas that want to see and know. He was demonized. But somebody to believe, anything you are being told, believe. Blessed are you and you believe. I'm number one arch unbeliever. That arch unbeliever. Call me unbeliever. That is who I am. They have deceived us with all these things. So stop going with your sentiments. You understand? Stop going with your sentiment. We face the reality. The reality is this. Tomorrow is a right thing to do. They must release our leader. But we know the zoo. The zoo, there is no justice. So anything can happen. It should not affect your mindset in the restoration of Biafra. We continue fighting. That is who freedom fighters are. That is the thing. But once you program your mindset one way, and anything, you start being a freedom fighter doesn't shake, unshakable. Unshakable. In a war front, even if a fellow lieutenant or general fall, you'll be touched anyway, but after you carry on. The next person carries on. Now war. Now what we did. No be sentiments. Hey, nah, no. Hey, well, nah, come on. Sentiment should die in you. So that is it. Beware of those that are telling you to believe. Believe what you want to know. No. We face the reality. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion, it's our identity, it's our ideology. From me, from here, it is simply good evening.